Joe Burrow is out for the season with a wrist injury. Should Thursday Night Football be banned? The AFC is wide open, and so much more, all coming up next on the 12th Horseshoe podcast on Surge Sports. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the 12 Horseshoe Podcast on Surge Sports TV. I am your host, Jack Rizzo, alongside Elijah Weintraub, as we get set for week number 11 in the NFL season. Already a crazy week, starting off with Thursday Night Football with the Bengals and the Ravens, and there's so much more to come with 13 other games to close out this week. But Eli, how are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing fantastic. We have a lot to cover in this short time, and I cannot wait to break it all down with you tonight.
Yeah, it should be a great one. There is a lot of great games this Sunday, a lot of huge playoff implications. Let's start off, though, recapping that big AFC North showdown on Thursday night. Finally, a good Thursday night game. The Baltimore Ravens bounced back following their loss to the Browns with a win over the Cincinnati Bengals, 34-20. What a win for the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. The defense continued to play well. However, the big news from this game, injuries from both sides. Joe Burrow, the star quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now, is out for the remainder of the season with a torn ligament in his wrist. Was not able to go back in the game last night after taking a hit from Jadeveon Clowney. And a frustrating year for Joe Burrow ultimately ends in a season-ending injury, his second season-ending injury in his career. And this is just a huge blow for the Bengals, who had Super Bowl aspirations. And by the way, were my pick to win the Super Bowl. Well, you can throw that down the drain now. But what a disaster for Cincinnati, Eli. And for the Ravens, Mark Andrews expected to be out for the season with an ankle injury. Just horrible news from both sides.
Right.
The Bengals lose their star quarterback. The Ravens lose one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Eli, what do you think about all this injury news? And what do you think of the Ravens' performance last night?
Well, the Ravens' performance was by far phenomenal. Their offense was on point. Defense was on point. For the Bengals, if Joe Burrow wasn't hurt, the offense would have played a much better competition game. Overall, 34-20 is a high-scoring game to start off. So that is number one, huge pros and cons for a huge gain and good job by both sides of the Bengals and the Ravens. This is the sixth quarterback, Jack, to get hurt within only 6 weeks of playing football. We had week 1, Aaron Rodgers with an Achilles. Week 5, Anthony Richardson with the shoulder. Week 8, Kirk Cousins with an Achilles. Week 9, Daniel Jones with the knee. Week 10, Deshaun Watson with the shoulder, which we'll get to that in just a little bit. And Joe Burrow with the wrist now. And keep in mind, we had 4 straight injuries with regards to quarterbacks. Week 8, Kirk Cousins. Week 9, Daniel Jones. Week 10, Deshaun Watson. And now Joe Burrow. What is happening? What is happening with these quarterbacks? What is the future for the quarterback injuries? What are we going to expect in week 12? Is the injuries done for this week? We don't know yet. And this is one of 2 quarterbacks that have got hurt within not even a week since since Sunday occurred. And to let you know, Zach Taylor says to the media, he says the season is far from over, regardless of if Joe Burrow is out or not. So question will remain for there. Tight end Mark Andrews had a cracked fibula and ankle ligaments, according to the sources. And Odell Beckham Jr. had a shoulder injury from last night, so he is now questionable for next week, even though it's a long time away. What I can say is, for real quick, it is a shock to see Joe Burrow go. I believe this might be the end to the playoff run for this year. They'll need to rebuild. It was a rough year to start. Joe Burrow was already hurt from the beginning, so I think it's just now time to just move along, focus on next year.
Forget about this year.
In regards to Deshaun Watson, who's also another high-paid quarterback,
in the AFC North as well.
In the AFC North. This opens up a lot. This opens up a whole lot for sure. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see who wins the AFC North and who continues far in the playoff race. Yeah, I think so too. But we'll get to that.
It's been a rough last couple of days for the state of Ohio in terms of football.
I agree.
It'll be complete if Ohio State loses this Saturday to
Yes, it
I'm not
will.
sure who they're playing, but
Let's
yeah,
Google.
they're not going to lose, but maybe they will. I mean, I don't know, but oh man, it's been probably the worst season in the NFL for
Ohio
injuries. Just
State
so many
has
of them.
Minnesota Golden
Gophers, yeah,
Gophers.
they're not losing that game, but yeah, it's not even just the quarterbacks though. Nick Chubb, Justin Jefferson, Austin
Yeah,
Eckler. Oh my goodness,
the list goes on and on this year.
Travis Kelsey's been banged up. So many injuries. Debo Samuel,
Banning Thursday night football
defensive stars. Yeah,
is what you questioned earlier. I don't think so. Thursday night's always been a tradition. There should be no rule
hasn't
changing it.
always. It's not as big of a tradition as Sunday night or Monday night. I don't
No, I
understand the
agree.
point of Thursday night football. So maybe just
But I
get
do
rid of
say
Thursday
is
night football. It makes Sunday
two
more exciting with more games.
within 2 weeks, the Baltimore Ravens have gotten rid of two main quarterbacks of Deshaun Watson and Joe Burrow. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I don't really know if that's something to be proud of, but
I know.
yeah,
I mean, I know it's not something to be proud of. I'm just saying, like, can you believe what this Ravens team has done to those two quarterbacks?
yeah, for
It's pretty
sure.
sad.
I mean,
But
it's just two unlucky hits, but
competition.
it is what it is. All right, well, all right, so let's get into our Week 11 game picks. Before we start, the Patriots, Colts, Falcons, and Saints are the teams on the buys this week. There are 14 games.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, Eli and I both got the Ravens pick right. We both had the Ravens winning, so we are both want to know off to a good start for the week. We will see though, because we know we disagree on a lot of games, so we'll see how this week turns out. I know Eli's been kicking my butt all season, so yeah.
Finally.
At least
And
I've been good though with my lock survivor and upset. I think I've been better at that than you. So
yes.
it's kind of it's a decent trade off. And we have a comment from
What's
my
up,
guy Luke.
Luke? Thanks
Hi
for
guys,
joining. And
yeah,
I know you're happy because the Ravens are doing good. The Ravens are doing good, and they're bad.
they
They're
are.
going to Sean Watson and Joe Burrow as a Raven. I mean, not
Yeah.
something to be proud about, but
They still lost to the Colts though.
and yeah.
Yeah, they still lost to the Colts, but hope you're doing well, Luke. Happy Thanksgiving. I know it's coming up, so hope you and your family have a great time this
Yes.
Thanksgiving. All right, time for the game picks. We'll start off in the early window, the 1:00 window.
Yes.
We have a total of 8 games in the 1:00 slate. Some not a whole lot of great games, but some decent ones at best. I'm just gonna start right off though with the game of the early window, the big matchup in the AFC North. Second place in the division going into Week 12. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel on the road to take on the Cleveland Browns. I will be on a beautiful, sunny, windy day in Cleveland, Ohio. The Browns are favored. I believe the Browns are favored in this game.
Yes, I believe so.
Just take a look. Yeah, they are a 1.5 point favorite, but again, no Deshaun Watson. So they're going to be starting rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who made one start earlier this year against the Baltimore Ravens, which did not go well. Now, even before Deshaun Watson was hurt, even after Deshaun Watson gets hurt, I've known who's going to win this game all week, and that team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers just find ways to win these games that they are not supposed to. I mean, they've been outgained in every single game they've played this year. In all 9 games they've played, they've been outgained in every single one of them, and they're somehow 6-3. It blows my mind how the Steelers are able to do this, and they're going to do it again this week, especially with how good their defense is. They're going to humiliate Dorian DTR and that young Cleveland offense. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-15. What feels like a very Steelers score to have. The offense is going to continue to struggle, but man, this defense is really good. Prediction: they're going to score a defensive touchdown this week and get a big win on the road. Against the Cleveland Browns, and what's a pretty big game. And they will have the sweep of the Browns since they beat them back in week 2.
Right. So I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns in this game, and I've already chose them for a while already. So I have to take the Browns in this one, 23-18. The Browns are, I thought was a better team, regardless of Deshaun Watson or not. And I think I cannot change my picks. I always jinx myself. So I have to keep with my pick I already chose, even if I'm wrong. Give me the Browns 23-18, regardless if Deshaun Watson is out. And Luke had a comment earlier. He said, "Happy Thanksgiving to you guys too." And thank you very much.
Buddy. Thank you, really appreciate it. Yeah, so it should be a great game. I'm really excited for that. I mean, I don't really like either team, but whoever wins is going to have a big step in the AFC. It's good for my Colts, though. This is a great week for the Colts to have their bye, considering how open the AFC is. Some teams have just been really disappointing, and some that have been surprising. So this could be a great bye week for the Colts if all these AFC on the fringe teams end up losing. Next game, we're going to go to the NFC, though, for this next game. 1:00 on Fox. I'm so sorry that this is the national game on Fox this week. The Dallas Cowboys on the road to take on the 1-8 Carolina Panthers. Yes, you heard that correctly. This is the national game this week all because of the Cowgirls. Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
okay. All right, Jack.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the Cowboys have won. The Cowboys are 6-3 now in the season. They've beaten up on all the bad teams and they've lost to 3 really good teams. Well, actually, no, they lost to the Cardinals. We're not good, but anyways, they are a whopping 10.5 point favorites on their own in Carolina. And well, yeah, you could totally understand why. The Cowboys are going to win this one 31-7 on the road. I think the defense is just going to have a field day over this rough Carolina offense, especially now that Frank Reich is back calling plays. He took back the play calling duties this week. So Carolina's just going to keep going further downhill. This is bad for the Panthers because again, they don't have a first round pick next year. So they kind of have no choice but to root for some wins here down the stretch and to see some more from Bryce Young. But that's not going to happen against one of the best defenses in the NFL. So give me the Dallas Cowboys on the road and on a day where the stadium, even though the game's in Carolina, it should be mostly Cowboy fans there. So give me the Cowboys in this one.
Yeehaw. Give me the Cowboys 28-12. There is no other debate to add, but it's going to be the Cowboys. And if it ain't the Cowboys, who is it going to be? Give me the Dallas Cowboys. And if I would have chosen for Survivor if I haven't already used them already. So give me the Dallas Cowboys 28-12. And the Panthers are not winning. Panthers have no chance. Sorry if they have no first round pick, but that's tough life to you. Also, shout out to Bobby, who's in South Bend, Indiana for the Notre Dame game this weekend. Good for you.
Yeah, have fun, Bobby. You deserve the break. Yeah, there's no way though that the Cowboy or the Panthers are actually beating the Cowboys. All right, next game, 1:00 on Fox, an NFC North showdown as Justin Fields makes his return for the Chicago Bears on the road, taking on the red-hot Detroit Lions, who are just having a great season, 7-2. What a season the Lions are having. Back home at Ford Field. First time in 3 weeks they're back home. And this is just the second time the Lions have been home since week 6. So
wow,
interesting stat there. But the Lions are surprisingly only a 7.5 point favorite. I totally disagree with that. I think the Lions are going to win by a whole lot more, 38-17, a big win for the Detroit Lions. Sorry, Justin Fields, but you're not going to Detroit and getting a win. Sorry to tell you, but it's just the truth. And also, the Lions are going to be my survivor pick for week 11. I have
that's not bad.
Full confidence that they're going to have a pretty good and easy win over the Bears as they continue to make their run to winning the NFC North.
I am going to take the Detroit Lions, not for Survivor, not for anything this week, but I am taking them to win 27-15. The Bears can sometimes win games. If they can come back with the Commanders earlier on Thursday Night Football, I don't know if I could trust them against this Lions team. Even though I think they're going to win 27-15, the Lions, I just don't know if I would choose them for Survivor because it could be a risky trap game. So only time will tell. Give me the Lions, however, 27-15.
That's a fair point for sure, but I just have full confidence in Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
All right, next up, 1:00 on Fox, an interconference showdown between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. The Chargers should win this game, right? They should win this game, but it's the Chargers, and this game is on the road in Green Bay. Of course they're not going to win. They're going to find a way to blow it. Give me the Green Bay Packers in the upset over the Chargers. Final score 29-24. The Green Bay Packers looked a lot stronger last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now that they are back home taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, the Packers are going to get a win at home 29-24, and the Chargers are going to fire Brandon Staley after this game. Give me the Packers.
Give me the Chargers. They're 23-17. If they need a time to win, it's going to be now. And it's going to be versus the Green Bay Packers, who are horrible this year. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers 23-17. I would love to say locking it, but I'm not locking it in or nothing. I'm just saying the Chargers are winning this game this weekend.
By the way, the Chargers are a 3-point favorite on the road, but that does not matter because the Packers are winning and they are getting Brandon Staley fired, which is actually probably a good thing for Chargers fans because I think they'd rather sacrifice a loss just to get this guy fired because he is a joke of a coach. All right. Next up, 1:00 on CBS, the team that Eli and I have been talking about a lot on the show recently. The Houston Texans are back home to take on the Arizona Cardinals, who won their second game of the season last week against the Atlanta Falcons. So good for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray coming back looking strong. This game's in Houston, though. The Texans are the 6-point favorites. Don't be surprised if the Cardinals put on a show today. They looked really good last week
Sunday.
with Kyler Murray. They are capable of Sunday. I'm sorry. And they are capable of winning any game if Kyler Murray's going to play like that. And the team looked just a lot stronger. But I mean, come on, the Texans are at home. They are on fire. They saw that loss to the Carolina Panthers. They decided enough is enough. So give me the Houston Texans. Give me the Houston Texans to win 27-21. Probably a closer score than you might think. But I just have full confidence that the Texans are going to win their third straight game, and they might make a surge to win the AFC. They might go up and have a chance to win the AFC South. So give me the Houston Texans.
Also, give me the Houston Texans 29-18. I have a feeling that regardless of how well the Kyle Murray plays with the Cardinals, I still think that the Texans are still going to remain on fire and still a team to beat. So that is why I'm taking the Texans 29-18. The Texans look better. I've always said this is still a good game and still a good chance for them. So that is why I'm going to take the Houston Texans to win the game 29-18.
Yeah, that's fair. I totally agree with that. Texans are looking like a really strong team in my opinion, and
Yes,
they have a
indeed.
chance to go far in the playoffs. Although again, they are a young team, so we're not sure what's going to happen, but we'll see. Next up, Jaguars Titans AFC South showdown, 1:00 on CBS. The Jags, the 7.5-point favorites at home. They got embarrassed by the San Francisco 49ers last week, but that will not matter because they're going to get a nice bounce back win here at home, 17-16. The Titans have not won all season. They have not won on the road all season. So give me the Jags to win, although it's going to be a close game. Divisional matchups are never guarantees, but I'm still going to take the Jags to win.
Lock it up, Jaguars 25-3. The Titans cannot win on the road. I do not think they'll ever win on the road this season. So that is why I'm
That's
going
a
to
hot
take
take.
the Jacksonville Jaguars as my lock of the week, 25-3.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say this before. The Packers are my upset pick of the week over the Chargers. I don't know why I forgot to say that. But yeah, they are my upset pick. And Eli's reaction. Love it.
Questionable picks there. We'll see who wins.
All right. Next up, Dolphins at home to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Miami coming off their bye week after their loss to the Chiefs in Germany. They may have lost, but the Colts didn't lose in Germany. They're playing the Las Vegas Raiders, though, a team that has won back-to-back games under interim coach Antonio Pierce. Unfortunately, the Cinderella ride ends here. Miami wins 24-10 back at home. Comfortable win for them. I think the offense is going to struggle a little bit. The Raiders' defense pretty underrated, but Miami's defense is low-key underrated. So give me the Dolphins to win.
Miami, give me the Dolphins 28-26. The Dolphins are winning. They're also beating the Las Vegas Raiders. I had to say, they say the Miami stuff in like the Golden Girls, I think. So I figured I just mentioned that song. So Miami, give me the Dolphins 28-26. They're beating the Las Vegas Raiders.
Totally. Next up, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. The Giants on the road taking on the Commanders. Fun fact, Sam Howell leads the NFL in passing yards this year. Interesting fact that I don't think I would have ever saw this year. It just speaks to the job that Eric Bieniemy is doing over there. And he probably should be put in as the new head coach. So I think they're going to fire Ron Rivera and make Eric Bieniemy the new head coach. But they're playing the New York Giants. We're playing Tommy DeVito once again. His mom still makes his bed for him. So give me the Commanders to win 31-14 at home. Easy win for the Washington Commanders as they stay in the playoff race for now.
Give me the Commanders 32-10. Commanders are the better team, and they are going to be the New York Football Giants. And before we go to the 4:00 games, I need to get in real quick the news stories because I think they're very important to know. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson is now questionable for this Sunday versus the Broncos. NBC announced that on December 23rd, the main SNF crew of Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth will call the Peacock exclusive game, while the date NBC game on not on Peacock as well, but not exclusive, will be called by NBC's Big Ten commentator Noah Eagle and Todd Blackidge.
Noah Eagle.
Not Al Michaels and Tony Douglas. ESPN is committed to having more cameras for Taylor Probably, interviews, and extra features for this Super Bowl rematch of the Eagles and the Chiefs. Reports have it that both Daniel Jones and GM John Schoen and head coach Brian Dable will return next year under the New York Giants. So just keep a look at that. Seahawks have re-signed 41-year-old OT offensive tackle Jason Peters to the roster. The Cardinals have claimed Jets running back Michael Carter, who was let go by the team this week. So those are your stories. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eli. Some really good stories there. Especially Jason Peters, future Hall of Famer, still playing. just speaks of Jeffrey's. He's got some pretty serious injuries too, so surprised he's still going.
Yes,
But
indeed.
good for him, and hope he does well there in Seattle, your favorite team. All right, well,
Yes,
next up,
indeed.
a team that's not your favorite team.
No, it
The
is
first
not.
place San Francisco 49ers at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of them coming off big wins in the state of Florida last week. Give me, though, the 49ers at home, 28-6 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is my lock of the week. I just think the 49ers are hungry after losing those 3 straight. They showed it last week against the first-place Jags team, and they're going to do it again against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and officially knock Tampa Bay out of the NFC playoff race. And we've got our guy Kurt in here. How about the Broncos? Yeah, the
You
Broncos
got that
are
right. This actually
really
might be the only time I talk positive about the Broncos because they actually deserve the win against the Buffalo Bills. So kudos to the Broncos. Huge win for them. And that might be the only time I will be actually proud to say I was proud of a Broncos win this week. So yeah, sorry, Kurt, but yeah, it was a good win for them. Oh, my pick? That's right. 49ers, Survivor pick, 49ers, 36-15. Survivor it. 49ers are the better team. That's why I chose them for Survivor. 36-15.
I like it. Okay. 425 on CBS. There's only 3-4 o'clock games this week. We
Yes,
have
indeed.
another divisional matchup. A lot of divisional matchups this weekend. We're going to talk about another one in the next game. The New York Jets travel on the road to take on the Buffalo Bills. Both teams barely hanging in there in the playoff race. It feels like the loser of this game is going to get knocked out for good.
Yes,
And
indeed.
the loser of that game will be the New York Jets. The Bills are going to
What?
win
No.
17-10 in a defensive slugfest at Orchard Park. I don't have any confidence in this. The Jets honestly could win, but no, give me the Bills to win at home. The Bills have not lost at home. The Bills have not lost at home to the Jets since 2019. And again, that was because they were playing all their backups. So the Bills have owned the Jets the last few years. So give me the Buffalo Bills at home to win.
Jets. Jets. I am choosing the Jets because if the Buffalo Bills lost to the Denver Broncos and threw 2 interceptions, threw picks in the first quarter alone, I can't imagine what they're going to do with this New York Jets team who has an incredible and elite defense. Although Zach Wilson, the offense, is not really the answer. That defense is going to step up and smell that coffee, and they're going to deliver that team to victory. So give me the Jets, 26-23.
All right. Okay, well, past that because you're crazy for picking the Jets.
We'll see about that next Tuesday, Jack. We'll see next Tuesday.
I mean, maybe I'm crazy for picking the Bills. I really don't know. Rams, Seahawks, 425 on TV.
We said that last week with the Texans Bengals.
Now you're confusing. Give me the Rams. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. Seahawks win 24-14 in LA again when it's going to be mostly Seattle fans there. They're going to take over that stadium for sure. And Gino will be Gino, but the defense is really good. So give me Seahawks win.
Of course Seattle's going to win. 24-20. They're going to win. 24-20. The Seahawks
they better win.
They better win. And you know why? Because we lost to the Rams in week 1. So we're not letting that happen again, even though we're in Los Angeles this week. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. The defense is going to step it up. Gino's going to have a better night. And give me the Seattle Seahawks 24-20. Now off to Sunday Night Football on NBC.
You didn't just lose to the Rams week 1. You got crushed by them, Eli.
Whatever, Jack.
All right. Well, you were here to watch it, and well,
yeah, I know.
All right.
Long car ride home.
Sunday night football. Vikings travel on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. Both teams are surging right now. The Vikings are on a 5-game winning streak right now, which is crazy. They were 1-4, now they're 6-4. And keep in mind, all 4 of their losses came by 1 score. So this could be a 10-0 team right now. Absolutely. Broncos are 4-5. They have won 3 straight, including 4 of their last 6. This should be a good game. It's in Denver, Colorado. With all due respect to Josh Dobbs and this Minnesota defense, I have to take Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos win 30-27 in overtime. The Broncos get the win at home. Let's see where you guys going with this.
I trust Josh Dobbs. I trust the Minnesota Vikings. Give me the Vikings 20-20. Why would I choose the Denver Broncos to win a game? Yeah, they beat the Buffalo Bills, but it was the Buffalo Bills. Their winning streak has to snap eventually. Vikings 28-20.
Goodness. Okay, Eli's never going to pick the Broncos. I'm just going to admit it right now. Even if they're playing the Cardinals, he's never going to pick the Broncos to win. What?
All right. I said you're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we have one more game to get through. I'm sorry. All right, but it's the biggest one, though, on the schedule. Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl 57 rematch, Monday Night Football. The Manning cast is Taylor Swift's going to be there. Everything is going on at Arrowhead Stadium. Monday Night Football. Let's go. Now, who's going to win? Well, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now, so they're going to win. Final score 31-24. So many great things to look forward to, though. Two of the best quarterbacks in the league, two really strong defenses. One team has really great. The reason why the Eagles are going, though, one team has really good playmakers. The other has zero outside of Travis Kelce. So, sorry, Swifties. Eagles win on the road.
Oh, wow. Well, first thing, the Chiefs have not lost yet with Taylor Swift in the house. Taylor Swift will be at the game, but not just by herself, with her parents, just to show how serious things
And
are.
with Travis
between
Kelce's
Travis and
parents.
Kelce. However, this is the time for things to turn around. For my upset of the week,
That's right.
Eagles 30-28. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. 30-28, upset of the week. They're beating the Swifties this time. Travis Kelce is going to get a loss for the first time with Taylor Swift in the house. And let it be in Kansas City. But I probably should choose Kansas City, but I think I'm going to choose Philadelphia because they're the upset of the week. And the Swifties are going to be very upset knowing that she was at the game and the Chiefs lost. But we'll see what happens on Monday Night Football on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2.
Yep, well, that is the Chiefs are the favorite, and yeah, so that's going to do it for us on our Week 11 picks here on the 12th Horseshoe Podcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Have fun watching the games this week. I certainly will because the Colts are on a bye, so I don't have to stress watching
Yes, I
them,
will.
stress over whether we're going to win or not. But Eli should not have
join
to
me on
stress, 'cause
Sports
Seahawks should
with
win
Mano
easily
Mano.
against the Rams.
Join me on Sports
Saturday
with Mano Mano
morning.
tomorrow, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We'll have a full breakdown of a lot of coverage that I missed in 2 weeks. And one last thing. Go Devils and go Seahawks.
Go Colts, go Rangers. Good night, friends.
Good night.
See you next week.